Something feels off. You cannot explain it. Nothing dramatic has happened. No shouting, no obvious cruelty. But somehow, after every conversation with this person, you end up feeling guilty for things you did not do, apologizing for things that were not your fault, and questioning a version of yourself that felt perfectly fine before they arrived. That feeling is not confusion. That is a signal. And psychology has a name for what is happening to you. Here are 10 signs someone is quietly manipulating you, and what to do the moment you recognize them. 1. They make you feel guilty for having needs. You ask for something reasonable, time, honesty, consistency, and somehow the conversation ends with you comforting them. Your need gets lost. Their reaction becomes the focus. Psychologists call this DARVO: deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. The manipulator flips the dynamic so fast you never see it happening. 2. They rewrite history. You remember exactly what was said. They tell you it never happened, or it happened differently, or you misunderstood repeatedly over time. This is gaslighting, and research shows it works because the human brain begins to doubt its own memory when contradicted consistently by someone it trusts. 3. They use your vulnerabilities against you. You shared something personal, something you trusted them with, and now in arguments, those exact things surface, not to understand you, but to silence you. Psychologists call this emotional leverage. It is one of the clearest signs of deliberate manipulation because it requires memory, intention, and willingness to cause harm. 4. They isolate you gradually, not all at once, slowly. A comment about your friend, a reason why your family does not understand you, a suggestion that no one else really gets you the way they do. Before you notice, your circle has quietly shrunk and they are the primary voice in your life. 5. They control through guilt and obligation. Everything they do for you comes with an invisible price tag. Their kindness is currency. Their help creates debt. And when you do not behave the way they want, that debt gets called in. Psychologists call this reciprocity manipulation, exploiting the natural human instinct to return favors. 6. They shift blame with perfect consistency. Nothing is ever their fault. Arguments always circle back to something you did, something you said, something you failed to be. Even their own behavior gets reframed as a response to yours. Over time, you begin to believe it. 7. They use silence as punishment. Not all control is loud. Some of it is a door closing quietly, a sudden withdrawal of warmth, days of coldness with no explanation. This is called the silent treatment, and psychology classifies it as emotional aggression because it creates anxiety, confusion, and a desperate need to fix something you do not even understand. 8. They move the goalposts. You do everything they ask. It is still not enough. The standard shifts the moment you reach it. This keeps you in a permanent state of trying, never arriving, never being enough. Always one step behind a bar that keeps rising. 9. They minimize what you feel. You are too sensitive. You are overreacting. It was just a joke. Your feelings get dismissed so consistently that you begin dismissing them yourself. This is called emotional invalidation, and research shows it is one of the most psychologically damaging patterns in any relationship. 10. After everything, you still feel responsible for them. This is the most important sign. Despite feeling confused, exhausted, and quietly erased, some part of you still worries about how they are doing, still feels guilty for considering leaving, still makes excuses for their behavior. Manipulation does not just change how you see the other person, it changes how you see yourself. Here is what psychology wants you to know. These patterns are not accidents, they are strategies. Strategies that work because they target the most trustworthy parts of you. Your empathy, your loyalty, your capacity to doubt yourself before you doubt others. Recognizing them is not betrayal, it is clarity. And clarity is where you start to find your way back to yourself. If even 2 or 3 of these felt familiar, trust that feeling. Your instincts were right before someone taught you to question them. Tell me in the comments, which sign hit closest to home? Just the number, that is enough. And if you want more psychology that helps you understand what is actually happening around you, subscribe to Psychology Unpacked. Understanding yourself starts here.